What if everything you thought you knew about the Bible, the sacred texts that have shaped civilizations and guided billions, was, in fact, an incomplete story? What if there existed an ancient, vibrant tradition, a hidden library of divine wisdom that has been largely overlooked, even deliberately set aside by the wider world? Imagine a land steeped in millennia of faith, a nation that stood unyielding against the tides of colonization, preserving its spiritual heritage in a way almost unparalleled. This is the story of Ethiopia and the extraordinary book it holds, the Ethiopian Bible. It's a narrative that challenges assumptions, ignites curiosity, and invites us to journey back to the very roots of Christian belief, to uncover truths whispered across centuries, often in the shadows. This isn't just about old manuscripts, it's about the very fabric of faith, the choices that shaped our understanding of God, and the profound implications of what might have been lost, or perhaps intentionally hidden. Prepare to have your perceptions expanded as we delve into a biblical tradition unlike any other. Part 1. The Unseen Depths, Ethiopia's Ancient Scroll of Secrets. For many, the Bible is a singular, universally recognized collection of 66 books. But what if I told you that in the heart of Africa, a different, more expansive canon exists? The Ethiopian Bible, also known as the Ethiopic Bible, boasts a staggering 88 books, a rich tapestry of scripture that includes texts rarely seen or acknowledged in Western Christianity. This isn't a modern invention, it's a living testament to one of the world's oldest civilizations. Ethiopia, a beacon of independence, stands alone as the only African nation never fully colonized. This unbroken lineage has allowed it to safeguard its spiritual heritage, tracing its roots not just to the early centuries of Christianity, but all the way back to Ham, the son of Noah, a lineage even corroborated by ancient Jewish traditions. Imagine scrolls, meticulously hand-copied, existing long before Christianity arrived in Ethiopia in the 4th century. These aren't just historical artifacts, they are windows into a faith that predates many of the foundational decisions made by the early church in other parts of the world. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church, locally known as Tewahedo, proudly stands as the oldest organized Christian body on earth, its history interwoven with tales of divine encounters and prophetic wisdom. Within its pages, you'll find books like Enoch and Jubilees, texts that offer breathtaking cosmic narratives, expanding our understanding of angels, demons, and the very structure of the spiritual realm. These aren't mere footnotes. They are integral parts of a canon that has shaped Ethiopian spirituality for millennia. And then there's the legendary Kebra Nagast, Ethiopia's own holy book, which recounts the epic journey of the Queen of Sheba to Jerusalem, her encounter with King Solomon, and the birth of their son, Menelik. This isn't just a local legend. Recent genetic studies have even found evidence supporting the Queen of Sheba's journey, adding a scientific echo to this ancient, powerful narrative. Menelik, the son of Solomon and Sheba, returned to Ethiopia, becoming its first emperor, establishing a dynasty that believed itself to be the direct inheritors of King David's line. This is a Bible that speaks of a Christianity already thriving, already deeply rooted, long before the councils of Europe began to shape their own versions of the sacred text. It's a testament to a faith that blossomed independently, preserving a broader, perhaps more primal understanding of God's unfolding story. If this journey into the hidden chapters of faith is stirring something within you, don't let the story end here. Hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Join our growing community as we continue to unearth these profound spiritual truths and explore the untold narratives of history.
Part 2. The Great Pruning. Why was so much left behind? The existence of the Ethiopian Bible begs a profound question. If these texts are so ancient, so rich, and so deeply embedded in a continuous Christian tradition, why are they largely absent from the Bibles most of us read today? The answer lies in a complex interplay of theology, politics, and the very human act of selection. The books missing from mainstream Bibles are often labeled pseudo-epigrapha, a term that, in its simplest form, means falsely attributed works. But this label often oversimplifies a much deeper historical reality. These weren't necessarily fake in the sense of malicious deception. Rather, they were texts whose authorship was attributed to revered figures of the past, like Enoch or Moses, to lend them authority, a common practice in ancient literature. However, as Christianity evolved, particularly in the Roman Empire, a more rigid set of criteria emerged for what constituted divinely inspired scripture. Imagine the early Christian church grappling with a multitude of texts, diverse interpretations, and the urgent need for a unified doctrine. Councils like Nicaea in 325 AD and Constantinople in 381 AD became pivotal. Here leaders gathered to decide which books would be included in the New Testament canon. Their criteria were strict. A book had to be written by an apostle or a direct witness to Jesus' life and teachings, and it had to originate in the 1st century. Any text that didn't fit these narrow parameters, or perhaps challenged the emerging theological consensus, was often excluded. But the story isn't purely theological, it's also deeply political. Power, not just spiritual growth, was a driving force. The Roman emperors, seeking to consolidate their vast empire, saw a unified religion as a powerful tool. Any texts that might sow discord or challenge imperial authority were viewed with suspicion. This political influence continued for centuries. Fast forward to the 17th century, and King James I of England, facing religious divisions within his own kingdom, commissioned a new translation of the Bible. His goal was clear, a version that would not only settle religious differences, but also reinforce his own monarchical power. To achieve this, 47 scholars were tasked with reviewing existing translations. While their work was rigorous, it was also guided by the prevailing theological and political currents of their time. The result, the King James Bible, became a monumental work, but it also solidified the exclusion of many books that the Ethiopian Church had cherished for centuries. The Vulgate, the Latin translation by St. Jerome around 400 AD, had already set a precedent for a more limited canon, and the King James Version largely followed suit. The Ethiopian Bible, written in the ancient Ge'ez language, remained largely inaccessible to the outside world. This linguistic fortress, combined with Ethiopia's geographical isolation and unique cultural practices, meant that its rich, broader canon was preserved, untouched by the great pruning that shaped the Bibles of Europe. It's a stark reminder that what we consider standard is often the result of specific historical, cultural, and political decisions, not necessarily a complete reflection of all ancient spiritual wisdom. The story of the Bible is far more intricate than many realize. If you're intrigued by these hidden histories and the profound impact they have on our understanding of faith, then you're in the right place. Subscribe now and join us as we continue to peel back the layers of time, exploring the spiritual narratives that have shaped humanity.
Part 3. The Enduring Flame, Reclaiming the Lost Legacy. The Ethiopian Bible is not merely a historical curiosity, it is a testament to the resilience of its people.
This sacred collection has survived against incredible odds. It endured centuries of conflict, including attacks by Muslim forces and the Italian invasion in the 1930s. Even a devastating fire that consumed the monastery where some of these precious texts were housed could not extinguish their light. Each survival adds another layer to the profound mystery and enduring power of this book. The differences between the Ethiopian Canon and other Christian Bibles are not just about the number of books. They reflect distinct theological perspectives and a unique spiritual journey. While the broader Ethiopian Canon contains 81 books, a slightly narrower version, comprising 72 books, was officially proclaimed by Emperor Haile Selassie himself. This internal variation further highlights the dynamic nature of canon formation, even within a single tradition. The pseudo-epigraphs that were removed from other Bibles, books like Enoch, Jubilees, and the Maccabees, offer narratives that fill in gaps, provide deeper context, and sometimes present alternative viewpoints on biblical events. They speak of a world where the spiritual realm was more overtly intertwined with human history, where the origins of evil and the cosmic struggle were understood with a different nuance. These texts were not evil in intent, but rather they were deemed non-canonical by those who sought to streamline and standardize the Christian narrative for a broader, often politically motivated audience. The Roman Empire, focused on consolidating power, often suppressed narratives that didn't align with its preferred story. Priests, in defiance of imperial decrees, bravely hid many of these scrolls, some of which were later rediscovered near the Dead Sea in the 1940s, echoing the very act of preservation that kept the Ethiopian canon intact. Today, there's a growing global interest in the Ethiopian Bible. Scholars, theologians, and spiritual seekers are turning to these ancient texts, recognizing their immense value in understanding the broader tapestry of early Christianity. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church, in response, is actively working to translate these scriptures into more languages, making them accessible to a wider audience and fostering academic study. This effort is bridging centuries of obscurity, allowing the wisdom contained within these pages to finally reach those who yearn for a more complete picture of biblical history. The Ethiopian Canon offers a powerful lens through which to view the evolution of faith. It reminds us that the Bible is not a static artifact, but a living, breathing collection of divine encounters and human experiences, shaped by time, culture, and profound choices. It challenges us to look beyond the familiar, to question what we've been taught, and to embark on our own journey of discovery, seeking the truth that resonates most deeply with our souls. The mystery of the Ethiopian Bible is slowly unfolding, revealing a richer, more complex narrative of faith. It stands as a testament to the enduring power of Scripture and the unwavering spirit of a people who guarded its secrets for generations. This exploration is just the beginning. There are countless more stories, more insights, and more profound truths waiting to be discovered. Don't miss out on the next chapter of our journey into the heart of spirituality. Subscribe to our channel, share this video, and let's continue to uncover the hidden wisdom of the ages together.